Okay. Our band of adventurers, the Guard's Headache, have arrived at the city of Mithrilhammer, the capital city of the Dwarven Kingdom. During your time there, you had discovered that the Glowhammer clan, Trofnar's clan, was still somewhat functioning. Resigned to the Shortfolk district, and only a pub to their name. However, as with the Laws of Succession, theoretically, Trofnar there and then became leader of the Glowhammers. However, due to the nature of his return and disappearance, Holvric, the current leader of the Glowhammers, advised that this would need to be brought up with the King of Mithrilhammer, and also the King of all the Dwarf Kingdoms. As such, you decided early in the morning to head to Mithril Keep to attend a meeting taking place among the king and various other members of the other clans. There was also a side part of a mercenary, Gash the Relentless, questioning Trofnar and seemingly getting an answer which satisfied his curiosity about Nemesis. And that is where we left off. So, I know that we left off before the characters went to sleep, but unless you guys have anything that you want to do before you go to sleep, then we can just fast forward to...
I wanted to get... given the fact that, I was in the morning, I'm heading straight off to see the king and all the high clans and stuff, I was seeing if I could get a nicer pair of clothes for the occasion.
Okay, alright. So with the deed from the Great Clans, you do have access to the Mithril holders. You're able to find a rather formal set of clothes, made using quite expensive. How much are you willing to spend basically on the clothes? Yeah, I think that's probably the better question on that one.
Yeah, true. At least a couple of gold, I think.
Okay, all right.
But not everything in my pockets. Like a good 50-ish gold, probably.
Okay.
Is that a lot?
That is a lot. The most expensive that you can find, is using some rather exotic materials from the continent of Raza and such. Overall, plus with any adjustments need to make because it needs to be custom fits, would cost you about 25 gold in total.
Okay. Would it? I don't know how I can say this without putting on the accent. Basically, would that the crazy finery and the exquisite nars and cloth and stuff, would that not make me look like a bit of a prick?
You're asking this to the DM or to the shopkeeper?
Is there a changing room in this?
Yes, there is.
Okay. Okay, in that case, I will probably get the one that was 25 gold. I will go and try on that outfit.
Okay. So this is more akin to a robe. It does have pants and such, but the actual jacket part sort of hangs low to your knees and such.
Okay.
It is kind of like it's almost like a modern tuxedo, but more robe style as opposed to a tuxedo style.
Okay.
It's made of a light blue fabric, with a white undershirt. The pants themselves are blue, and some rather thick, like heavily waxed leather boots.
Look ridiculous. Fine. This is the fashion these days. And I go and buy this outfit.
What part of the outfit displeases you?
I just don't know. It's just I'm a bit more of a fan of rustic practicality. Nothing too garish,
Ah, right. I mean, we have more simpler tunics, still rather higher end, but they are cheaper as well, if you prefer.
Look, lad. In the morning. I'm going to meet the king himself. What do you recommend? I'm a bit lost here. Guthrie said.
I would probably recommend whatever you feel comfortable with. There is no dress code from what I've been told. I've seen some of the more military people go in their full armor, for example. So I would say it's probably down to yourself on that one.
Right. In that case, I will take one of the nicer sounding tunics that they were talking about.
Okay, so that costs you 10 gold. It is like your standard tunic, except like just feeling the material. It's a lot better made. Like normally the lower down stuff, it's got a bit of a rough feel to it. This one's like smooth and such. The like the collar has actually got like a silk finish to it.
Oh, nice. But do you think it'd be possible to like put my armor on over it? Would that work?
Yes, you could put your armor over it. It is a tunic, after all.
True. Okay. Yeah, I'll go for that 10 gold tunic then.
Okay. So you don't buy the 25 gold really fancy outfits and instead get a 10 gold tunic.
Not yet. I don't want to start off on the going in full peacock. That's a bit.
Okay. All right.
Bit much. So yeah, I go and buy the 10 gold, wasn't it?
Yes, 10 gold.
Okay, awesome. Alright, so I have a fancy tunic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. And with that, I will make my way back to the melting pot.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything before they sleep in, or are we just going to advance forward to the next day?
I'd like to get paper and writing utensils from Delson. Because he has that sort of stuff.
Hmm. From where?
From you.
Oh, yeah, sure. Can I ask why, Fortune?
I'm writing a letter. Or 3. I need a lot of paper.
Alright then.
Thanks. Good night.
Good night, and I hope everything with you and them's doing well.
Well, of course. Why wouldn't it be?
Oh, so you've actually been helping her cheer up.
In one way or another, yes.
Thanks, Fortune. I know a lot of us don't say it, but we do get worried about everyone in the group.
My advice? Start saying it.
Alright then.
It's like, soon.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Yep, Dalton's gonna just retire now without any second thought about the letters.
Fortune's just gonna pat him on the head.
He does, however, want his quill back when you're done using it.
home with his hat.
Is that why he had a feather in his hat last time? Did he call it Mac?
This is why I keep my. Well, everyone need to go look for that tomorrow.
So did when so I'm guessing was what's his face? Did Fortune have to like wake up, like accidentally wake up Nem on the way to get the quill and paper? Depending on what time of night this was.
Yeah, I don't know what time of night it was.
I would say it would
seems
be
like
evening.
It's before.
Yeah, it's before you guys like retire for the evening.
Yeah.
Okay,
Before the nightly bath. So we already took a bath today. I don't care. We're taking another bath.
Ritual.
All right.
Unclean.
Anyone else? No. All right then. If that's the case, you all wake up early the next morning and prepare for your meeting in the Mithril Keep. Trofnar, you do remember that your friends will need to come with you to get their permits to allow them into the rest of the city.
But if they can only get to the, can I like escort them to
Yes.
through the small folks district?
Yes, you do have, a permit
I was-
from the Great Clans.
I was more wondering if the permit that I got was like just for me.
No, when you read it, it specifically says any of those this allows Trofnar Glowhammer access to the city alongside anyone he vouches for.
All right. Okay, so, early in the morning, I'll lead everyone to over the central road towards the small folks district, and warn everyone, hey, mind your heads, you lanky guys at the back.
Yeah, so you are stopped.
Lead straight to it.
You are stopped, and as you show the permit, they kind of like look at it. One of them does sort of like salute you, whereas the other just kind of looks on with disgust.
I just sort of give just a nod to the one who saluted me and keep walking.
Okay.
For those who don't know, you're gonna get some funny looks if you with those passes. Just a fair warning.
Very well.
Are all of us here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you all
Okay.
you all arrive in the Shortfolk district, and you head towards. Where is the name of it? I've got like 1,000,001 notes here because I
The
have
Fallen Grace.
The Fallen Grace. That was it. Thank you.
Okay.
You can already see that Holvik is already there. He's already got several bits of parchment, sort of like ready. He's like, Trofnar, you're here.
Morning, home, Vic. Good
Morning.
seeing you up so early.
Well, when it's involving, the actual king and everything, this isn't my first rodeo. Hopefully my last, though.
Right, what did you say? Sorry.
Hopefully my last, though.
Depends how it goes. To be honest, I might need I might need someone with a bit more experience in this sort of thing guiding me in my first few meetings. So maybe I could drag you to it.
I'd much rather you not.
I'll see how I feel. Anyway, hand out the paper so we can get going.
Alright, need your names, all of you. And you, just for the sake of brevity, you all, give out your names. Yeah, your choice whether you choose your alias or your actual name. And you all get a permit to allow you to freely explore Mithril
Yay.
Right,
Freedom of movement.
so, which one of your friends is coming with us? Which of those are just staying behind?
Well, that's up to them. He fancies an hour or so of Dwarven bureaucracy. It'd be quite interesting.
I've had enough of learning about bureaucracy for a little while.
Alright, what about the rest of you?
I've got important shopping to do.
Alright, big man, you coming with?
If you'll have me, I wouldn't mind.
I'd be delighted to, mate.
Be nice to meet the king of the people who ruled over me for so long.
Oh, God.
No, I'm sorry. Because I feel like everybody you didn't. Maybe Trotner people have that reaction, and
We all
Paulette is
just
like, no.
reflexively cringe.
Yeah,
No,
Holvik's
yeah,
just like
not that
looking
way.
taken aback a bit.
I'm sorry. I just want to meet him. I promise. Just big smile.
I'm more worried
Okay,
about
everybody.
Valeth than, like, Valeth strangling King.
Everybody put your money into the jailbreak funds.
Oh.
Oh my
Nothing's
gosh.
gonna happen. I promise.
man.
To keep you
Look at-
up to date,
look-
Gratian. I just said I wanted to meet the king. That's all. It was the way I said it, however, is the problem. Yes,
Big man,
Trotner.
I swear to all the gods, if you whisper sweet madness into the head of the
I'll
king,
be right back.
I will slap you in irons myself. Do you get that?
I fully
Don't fuck
expect you
this up.
to. I fully expect you to, Trotner.
Actually, you know what? No, Valeth, do that.
No, I
Make
won't. I
Go
promise.
crazy.
Just want to see him.
all I need is to see him, then everything will be fine. Like, oh, okay. That's worrying. Alright, so
I
what?
don't have to come. If you don't want me to come, I don't have to. I'm sorry.
No. To be fair, I do want you there. You know, someone who can
I'm
council who
back
can,
to
you know,
rules.
read
Yeah.
minds and stuff can be quite handy.
Well, I can actually read minds, but thank you.
Okay, so
That's great. Just Trotner's lack of understanding of
Nah, he doesn't.
how
Yeah.
lawless powers works.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
no,
sure.
he doesn't. He's blatantly, it's just like I met him in Mizzen Pact with the demon. I guess he can do all this crazy shit. Yeah.
Okay. Well, are we going then? Was anybody else have any plans?
Actually, since Fortune mentioned from shopping, would you mind if I joined you?
Yes, that is fine. That is acceptable.
Alright, so what's the plan? Are we gonna meet back here in a couple hours, or?
I mean, these meetings don't
Sounds
take
good to
too
me.
long.
Alright, fine. How long are we talking about? What, 45 minutes?
An hour, 2 hours, probably.
That's not too terrible. Alright. So I guess you, do whatever it is you want to do around the small folks districts, and, everyone meet back here in about an hour or so.
Just a warning as well. For those of you that aren't coming with us, those permits won't let you into the keep. You're only allowed there if you got official business.
Okay.
Got it.
Also, don't. Also, if you just want to relax, Fallen Grace here. We look after our friends, so and to be fair, they could deal with the business.
Just don't get yourself executed.
Try not to, Nim. Right. Let's go and rub shoulders with royalty, lads. Come on. And,
Alright.
That was simultaneously a threat and a warning.
what? With don't get yourself killed. What I said.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah, don't get yourself killed.
I know.
Alright, so. Which would you rather focus on? People doing their little side things or the big one of Dwarven Politics.
You know what? Let's do the side things first.
Okay.
Yeah, probably, because depending on how long that goes, who knows, but...
Okay.
Pizza roll.
So those doing all their side stuff, what are you guys doing?
I'm looking for a jewelry store.
Okay.
For God's sake.
Yeah, here we go again.
I'm going around with Fortune.
With these passes, can I finally enter the big people place to go get magical items?
Yeah, it gives you access to the Mithril Holders District.
I'd like to do that.
Okay.
Mr. Hammer Tapwater does not agree with Nemesis.
If that's the case, Fortune and Nemesis both make investigation checks to try see if you can find your respective stores.
Wait, can I help Fortune?
If anyone
Are you
asks-
actively looking for a jewelry store, or are you just following?
I'm going with Fortune.
Banana.
I'll say make a separate one.
Okay.
Because while you are with her, you're not actively looking for the same kind of shop she is.
Whoa! I'm average.
Okay.
Jesus.
I see everything.
So, you have a better memory of Underrock and Platinum Hold than Fortune does, so you kind of have a good idea of, what the kind of shops you're looking for consist of, and after querying with Fortune, and she's saying she wants a jewelry shop, you're able to find one fairly quickly.
This way. This way, Fortune.
I'm gonna give Elson the biggest fucking hug because I love this goddamn detective.
It also helps as well that some of the people that you ask are Dragonborn that only speak Draconic, which you can speak.
I speak fluent Draconic.
Yep.
Roar, roar,
Good
roar,
thing they
roar.
taught it. Good thing they teach it, Naza you.
Huh. Alright, let's go.
Do they have a massive rivalry with Narza State?
No, the main rival is Meridell University.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Let
then.
it go. Let
So-
it go.
You're able to find the jewelry shop. It's rather small, actually a bit cramped, come to think of it.
Is that just because we're tall?
No, because the person behind the counter is a Dragonborn, silver scale Dragonborn. It's just in general a small shop.
That's Dragon.
But you can see there's several displays with various rings and jewelry and such. Not a ton of them, but they are there, and a few precious gems to the side.
Alright, Dawson, you're gonna have to be the translator here. I don't know like a dragon.
I do speak common, you know.
Ah, perfect. We've run it.
Everyone's a little bit racist.
I would have kind of loved if Fortune just went, "What did he say?"
You are aware that the tongue is called common for a reason.
Yeah, I know, but we've just been consistently running into some Dragonborn that didn't know common, and so I thought it would be easier to have him translate for me. But anyways, hi, I'm looking to make a very big purchase today.
Of course. I mean, we have been getting more refugees from Jura and everything, but yes. What can I get for you then?
I am looking for a platinum ring, and I would like to have a very, very nice big opal and a few smaller amethysts put into it.
Are you insane? Oh my god.
Wait, a ring?
A
Yes.
ring made of pure platinum.
Yes.
I suppose you are not supplying the platinum?
Correct.
Oh no, it's fine. I can get the materials. It's just that That's a big. That is a big order. Whew. So just an opal ring on a platinum band.
Yes, with 2 amethysts, please, as well. They can be smaller.
Right. And how big do you want the opal? Like smaller than the band, size of the band, bigger than the band?
Slightly bigger?
Slightly bigger. Okay.
Same as the band, or slightly bigger?
Same in the pen, but slightly bigger. So that is. So the gems will cost you that much, and the platinum will. Is it just a basic platinum ring?
Yes.
Basic platinum ring. Yeah, you're looking at about 550 gold.
Can I have an engraving on the inside, too?
That would cost an additional 30 gold, but yes.
That makes no difference to me whatsoever.
He looks very
The severe
taken
flexing, man.
aback from that.
What?
I don't care my money. That's for poor people. Yeah.
Oh yes, we've had lots of refugees. That'll be like over 500 gold. Yeah, no, that doesn't mean shit to me.
Right, what is the engraving that you wish to have?
Give Anna, the player, 1 second. I have it written down somewhere else, so just have to find where the fuck I put it.
Every kiss begins with K for Katie.
Make it that.
No, we are
And-
not making every kiss begins with K for Katie.
Oh, thanks, Whitey!
Okay, we'll put a hold on the engraving while I try to search for it, because I have a lot of files on my computer. And none of them have comprehensive names.
And you picture those for when we do drawing layers.
Aha! I have it. Not for riches, but for love.
Right.
That's really cute, actually.
The inner part of the band or the outer part?
Inner part.
That
It's
might
very
be
special.
That might be a bit difficult, but I can certainly try.
Oh my.
Right.
Oh,
Delta, don't you fucking start crying on me. I am not prepared to handle that today.
He sort of like begins like looking through several bits. Let's gonna do a quick roll here.
Little sausage.
After a little bit of time, he like pulls out a just a basic ring. Oh, good. I have a spare. That will speed things up a bit. Give me a day or two, and I will get this completed for you. He like takes another look at the ring again. It's like, this is pearl platinum. Okay, good. Is there any? Oh, yes, of course. I will need at least 75% of the gold up front.
How much was the total altogether?
580. So I would need. Oh, I fucked myself over here on this
200-ish.
one. Let's just put it at 350 gold up front.
I just pay for it all now.
Okay then. Normally we get people that don't have. Okay.
I told you. It's not a problem.
Clearly. I will get this sorted as soon as I can, Miss
Katie.
Katie. Right. And what about you, young gentleman? Are you?
Probably thinks that like these two are getting married, and they just walked into a fucking ring store.
Not gonna lie.
No.
Not gonna lie. I would almost half expect like this to be like Fortune trying to do money laundering.
It is pretty funny that this guy definitely thinks that they're getting married. Fortune
Yeah.
Nelson.
I'm just the best man here.
Who said she'd be
And even better, it's like
Yeah.
Fortune is clearly the one in charge. Like she walked up, she's like, "I want a ring," and then it doesn't matter to me, not to us. It's like
Yeah.
this?
Fortune
I
is
want it
this
to be
like
this.
rich
I want it to have a
woman
grave.
that, yeah.
I'm paying for
That's
it all right now.
Right, no, I was meaning, do you wish to partake in any of the services as well, sir, or are you just with this young lady, or...
No, I'm just here to help out if she needs any.
Oh, how much do we need for diamonds for one of your spells?
I believe it's about a 300 gold worth diamond.
Think we should pick up another one? We got like 3, right?
Yeah, but I guess having a 4th wouldn't be bad. And I can definitely afford that.
And a diamond worth 300, please.
Right, that one is a bit easier. So, like, reaches into, like, a small box and sort of, like, starts looking through. It's 150, that's 50. Let's see. There we go. And he pulls out this, this clear-cut diamond. It appears that it's sort of... It's still got a few impurities on it. Like, you can see it's still got some of the rock below it. It's like, apologies for the mess. It was meant to be cut up into smaller pieces, but if you want it just as it is, he just hands it to you as you pay him the gold.
Yeah,
It's literally in case we die, don't worry.
yeah, it's perfectly fine for me.
Ring of fire.
He looks very
The
confused.
adventuring flexing going on here. I just can't get over it. It's amazing. It's like, oh yeah, if we get another one of those, we already have 3, but we could have a 4th, right? Another 300 gold on top of the 500, whatever. It's like, okay, that's sure, whatever. In case we die.
Yeah.
Right.
We want to hell of a wedding.
Got
I do
you.
love this. It's like, let's get this custom-made ring out of a really rare material, and fuck it, let's throw in a diamond as well. Okay. Rich people.
Okay.
Ruining your cities.
True. Okay. So, we're on to now, Fortune.
I don't know, that's really all I had to do today.
Actually, should we get you some nicer clothes, or are you sure there isn't anything else you want?
Dalton thinks that they're getting married too. To be honest, at this point, I don't know.
I mean, I did just
No.
have my suit made. It's very fancy. I like it.
It's
All
fine
right.
to pastor, like.
I lean in and I whisper to Fortune, Is there any gift of clothing you want to get her? I'll pay for it.
That is so creepy to say, actually.
Yep.
Delson, you know, is meant to be sweet. He just fucks up everything he tries to say.
Yeah.
It's adorable. Just like,
It's
like
something that
He
I'm
has, like,
thinking about. But I don't think the Sky God would like to hear about it, so we're just gonna skip that part.
like, just like, I want to go and meet the king, just so I can ask if I can hire out the Mithril Keep for a ceremony.
Okay then.
I love to imagine Volith being the pastor. Like he's not actually like a
Yeah.
priest, but
Buy him.
like I
Just
can't
gonna
cast
decide
ceremony,
to
which is kind of the
decide
thing that
priest.
would be a thing. But yeah,
But like he would just like covertly turn it into like, okay, fantastic. You
well, no,
are,
yeah, like it's
you are now married for life, and your souls belong to Rune, and you make us the bride.
well, you're like inextricably bound, right? It would be a ceremony where through my deity you would be bound, and so it would be like you have like some sort of shared consciousness with the dreams. I don't know, but that sounds like a weird. That sounds weird. I don't know why. If Baleth would do that, or whatever, but that sounds neat. Anyways,
Okay. So, if that's the case then, Nemesis. It takes you about half an hour, but you are able to find a magic shop in the Mithril Holders district
Yay.
called Augustus's Arcana.
Okay.
Good title.
So it's
I'm
it's
gonna
weird
go
because
in
it looks weird. It kind of looks like essentially like a mini Kimberley's Tower. Like it's only like one floor up. But as you enter, you can see that it is just a regular shop. At the other side is a male human. Looks to be about his mid-40s. Isn't wearing a robe, which, after all the time you've seen Kimberly, is weird. Is just simply wearing like a basic brown tunic and such. And he steps in, he's like, welcome to Augustus's Arcana. How, what are you looking for?
Yes, I was actually looking to perhaps enchant something.
Enchanting. That's a service we offer, yes.
I was wondering if there was something to maybe make my armor better or have some sort of spell on it that if something attacked me, it would get some sort of backlash.
Just kind of like, I assume you're wearing your armor at the moment, yeah?
Yeah.
He like takes a long look at it. Plate mail is rather complicated because we need to ensure the structural integrity, and you want it to hit back at your opponents, yes?
Yes.
Just kind of looks up and down again. Okay, I think I can infuse it with a spell, though it would be a case of a... It would need time to recharge every time you use it. But I could probably infuse something akin to Hellish Rebuke on it.
I'm familiar with the spell. How long would it need to charge? How many hits could it take?
Only one, unfortunately.
Alright.
You see, I'd have to ensure that it doesn't lose its ability to use a spell should it be damaged. And also, there's obviously the comfort of the user to put into effect. I can't very well put in new and extra supports in there without it digging into your back and such. Yes, I'd be able to make it work once a day, but probably no more than that.
Alright, how much would that be?
Let's see, so the spell itself would cost about that much. To infuse it would be about that. The complexity of it, that, plus the time and the labor cost, you're looking at about 750 gold.
How long would it take?
A week.
Not sure if I have that time. I'm just checking something real quick. Alright. You know... No, I don't think I have that time. And I don't have any armor in the meantime, is the thing.
Yes, you would have to leave the armor here so that we could actually infuse it.
Is there any chance that we could increase the pace?
Unfortunately, no. The length of time is not due to manpower, it's simply due to the nature of infusing a spell.
What about putting it on a shield?
Yes, that would lessen the price and reduce it to about 3 days, 4 days if it goes a little bit wrong, but yes.
Then let's do that.
Of course. Do you have the shield in particular?
Yep, and I will take out my the one that gives me 3 AC.
The one which you
kite
can
shield?
use as a reaction to...
Yeah, because I dropped my other one
Oh,
in the
yeah.
Feywild.
Yeah, that is forever in the Feywild. Alright, so you
Yeah.
place it down, it's like, oh, right, a kite shield. Ah. Well,
Kite shield.
not as complicated as as plate mail, so that brings the price down to about 550.
550. Yep, I have that. Go ahead, take it.
Alright. Takes it, and you watch as he struggles a little bit, but he's able to like lift the kite shield and take it over to an arcane table. Right. So 3 or 4 days, and I should have this all ready to go.
Perfect. Thank you for helping me.
No problem whatsoever.
Yay! I'm gonna get my kite shield that says "fuck you" to people.
Yep. Okay.
I'm gonna
Does
waddle
Nem
out of
get to
this
decide
floor.
on like a damage type or anything?
Oh,
Or is it
God,
just
why
going to be
next
fire-based?
real?
It's just going to be a hellish rebuke spell. So
Okay.
And then she
Well,
I
It-
was just
it's-
wondering because that would be fun. But, yeah.
Right? if it was like her like thunder theme.
Yeah, if it was like who knows?
you never asked if you could do it.
That's why while they were still having that conversation, I was like, what is it like? Does it actually the specifics of it? That was more of an out of character question, right?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, I'm not too fussed about it.
yeah.
Later
Doesn't
on,
matter.
I could change it if I so choose.
Not gonna lie, I love the Hellish Rebuke spell because it's just being so mean to someone it physically hurts.
That's vicious mockery.
Oh wait, what's Hellish Rebuke then?
It's someone hits you and they get set on fire.
Oh, I
Hitting
was
people
thinking,
has consequences.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Fish's Mockery. Sorry.
Yep. I
Okay.
have that.
Wow. Okay. That was a lot quicker than I was expecting. So I guess the main event. So
Goku versus Andre.
Trafnar and Valith, you head up through the Mithril Holders district. Holvik leading the way, though that's not saying much, given there is a large road that leads directly to Mithril Keep. As the name suggests, there is quite a bit of Mithril in the Mithril Keep. Not it's in its entirety, but you can see like some of the support columns are like encased in Mithril. The main gates are Mithril as well. You know that Mithril Hammer was famous because it had a large abundance of Mithril when it was first discovered. But you eventually arrive at the main gates. You are stopped at the gates by the guards, who sort of like, kind of like lead in to speak to Holvik. He speaks loud enough to hear, says, "Aye, Holvik Glowhammer, alongside Trofnar Glowhammer, and a friend that we can vouch for. We are here to attend the meeting that's happening." You see, like, one of the guards look to you and they sort of snick for a bit. It's like, "Okay, Glowhammer, in you go." The gates open up, and the 3 of you are let inside.
I just give the guards a filthy look as I walk by.
They just give a smug grin. So, after you enter into Mithril Keep, several guards approach you again. Holvik again introduces himself, and the guards begin to escort you to the main meeting room, which is in the throne room. You head into the throne room, which you can see is a very wide open space. To the side, you can see several benches where there's a number of individuals of various races, just kind of sitting there murmuring to each other. the dwarf that's escorting you says, "Right, so your big Goliath friend there needs to sit there with the other people."
Very well. I go and sit down.
As for you two, he points to like another set of benches that's like nearer to the actual, like it's below where the spectators and such are. There are a few people that are sitting there already. Just pick a bench there, and you will be able to make your peace with the king. Just be sure you follow the rules of how this works. With that, he walks away. Ulrich just kind of like signs like, "Right, suppose we best sit down then."
Aye. Let's see how this goes.
You know how the rules go, right?
I'm guessing don't speak out of turn, don't call anyone a cunt. Is that basically it?
Well, insults are fine normally. God knows I got them all the time. Speaking out of line, aye, that, depending on what you say, could have consequences. But it's also as well that we don't actually have that much sway over the king's choice. He just sees our opinion and decides if it's worth deciding, that it's worth listening to. And given our reputation, he's not gonna look at our word with much strength.
It's not democracy, it's just... Let's see what we can do then.
Okay. So, you sit down on the benches. You can see that there are 4 other people there with you. 3 of them... no, 2 of them are dwarves. One is a female Goliath, and the other one's a female gnome. You do not recognize any of them, but they do, they sort of, notice you, and, 1 or 2 of them give a respectful nod. The others just don't give you the time of day.
I nod, I nod back.
Dick, is you pretty?
So... I'll get to it, don't worry.
I don't think we've met a female Goliath yet, so I'm just curious.
We'll,
For God's sake.
Get it, Veleth.
We'll,
get Gnome, not Goliath.
Okay. Continue. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Point of order in the council. My esteemed friend demands the number of that Goliath.
But to correct you, Delson, I did say female Goliath. It's a female dwarf, a male dwarf, a female Goliath, and a female gnome.
Okay.
Alright, so.
There are no foxes in the area.
I sleep.
Okay, so. As you kind of sit down and get adjusted, you sort of look over to where the throne is, and surprisingly, despite being the throne of the High King, it's a rather basic stone throne. It looks roughly chiseled. It almost looks like an amateur worked on it. You can see the king that's sitting there. He looks to be at least in his 60s, maybe coming up to his 70s. Grizzled dwarf, bald hair, very long, think like a Dumbledore length beard almost. Wearing a similar tunic to the one you nearly bought. Though this one is showing a bit of wear. Clearly the king has had it for a while. The only thing else that you notice is to the side of him is a beautiful ornate great axe. You're not too sure if the main grip and such is made of wood or marble, but it's a beautiful whitish color with gold bands around it. The axe head itself actually like, curves upwards, almost resembling a bit of a glaive or a halberd. You can see that it is made of, like, the blade itself is made of pure mithril, though it seems to glow almost. Make a history or religion check.
Would I be able to make this check too?
I would say so, since you've lived in Platinum Hold.
Okay.
I spec into religion
Religion.
because I was in a cult. So religion.
Natural 20.
Damn, both of you 24.
It's the exact same number.
Yeah,
So you both recognize the axe, though you've never seen it. The description of it matches. This is known as the Axe of Morian. It is said to have been an axe which Morian himself handed down to the first Great Dwarf clans.
And so it's like the symbol of the king's authority.
Yeah, you would say, because you both rolled 20s.
It's like the dark saber.
Or, the orb and scepter that the Queen of England has, yeah.
Or the sword of Arthurian Excalibur.
Excalibur,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or the Imperial Regalia in Japan.
Yes, all of the above.
Yes, all of the above.
Fancy stuff the king has. Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, you do know that it is not just for show. It is an axe that has been used. In the past, it used to be used for executions for those that stood against the dwarfs. Though it hasn't seen use in quite a while. Like, maybe Age of Rebellion was the last time it might have been used. It wasn't even used in the Johanian Dwarven War. So, after a few minutes, where the last people that come in, sort of are seated, another dwarf comes through. This one looks to be in about his 20s. Beard, very scruffy. Like, there was an attempt to make his beard look good, kind of deal.
Right, yeah.
He holds out a bit of parchment and says, "Welcome, one and all, to the meeting. There are 2 agendas that have been put through. The first one is involving the ambassadors of the Great Khan, and another one that has been approved by our king is the issue of succession of a great clan. Apologies to those who came in expecting just the one meeting, but this one is of importance and has came through. Nonetheless, the king has decided that the issue with the ambassadors shall take precedence over the clan succession." He scrolls puts the scroll away, and heads out to the room. There's a few more minutes. You hear a few murmurs here and there before the doors open. You hear like loud, heavy footsteps just. And as coming through the doors, you can see 2 Minotaurs. They are wearing... they got nothing up above, but they are just wearing like a somewhat tattered loincloth below. But you can see like large, heavy, gnarled axes. Like one of them's got an axe, the other one's got a maul. But between them... did we just lose somebody?
Dom just left.
Dom died.
Oh no!
Like, fully
But
dead.
he's back.
And he's back. Haha. Okay.
He's one of those diamonds, the greedy bastard.
So, in between them, you can see a, sort of like a, probably like tall, about 6 feet, maybe, Yuan-Ti. Female. Oddly enough, one of her arms appears to be like, it ends in a snake head, almost. She wears a fancy white what are they called? Togas? I think they're called togas.
Do you mean like the big fancy wraparound thing?
Well, yeah, like the Roman.
Or like
like the stuff of the Roman senators.
Toga.
Togas, yeah.
Toga. Yeah.
What do you mean like a sari? Yeah.
Yeah. Her hair is a dark green, nearly pure black. Her eyes, unlike the other Yuan-Ti that you've seen, whose name eludes me, seems to have, even though they're sort of like yellowish like a snake, they, like the pupils and such, seem normal. They get about halfway towards the king before he like raises his hand up to have them halt. The king sort of like leans forward and says, "Right then. So you're the people I've been hearing about, those who've been going round to my cities and giving them offers. I got questions for you, but I want to hear what you say first." The Yuan-Ti and the Minotaurs both sort of like bow down. And she still looking at the ground, says, "We have heard much of you, King Grosser Sellsmith. We know that you are a kind man, one that cares for its people. The great Khan himself appreciates this feeling towards their king and wishes to make an offer to you." "Right, I'm listening." She stands up to a full height and looks directly at the king. "The Khan knows of your kind's hatred of the Jahanian thieves, because they took from you that which is not theirs. We share that same anger. It burns just as fresh as yours does. I see it in your own eyes, King. I come to humbly request your assistance in ridding the Jahanians from this continent, to allow us, the Gilmesh, to reclaim that which our sacred texts state are ours." "This seems rather interesting." So, leans back. "Let's talk hypothetical here. What would happen if I agree? What's in it for us? And if we refuse, what will happen then?" She just gives a slow nod. "What is in it for you is that you get to claim all of the mountains as your kingdom. I'm sure that the Jahanians would want to keep them away from you. As for if you say no, the Khan would express, it's hard to do this voice and also say words, would express his sadness at this.
It's alright, don't worry.
But he hopes upon our victory that you would be open to talks. Aye, and if we don't want anything to do with you, then the Khan will keep all options on the table. Even more. Right then. Sort of looks over to the bench where the rest of you are. So there's about a minute pause where one of them, the male dwarf, young, looks to be around his early 20s. Compared to most dwarfs, his is rather close cuts. Basically one of my beards as far as it grows. Which I don't have one right now, so I can't give a visual example. Shit. You can his hair is reddish brown and such with mud brown eyes. And it just stands full height. He says, "Murrick Stoneheath, fourth to the rule of Clan Stoneheath. Given the damage that they've done, I would only agree to what they're asking if Garazon was rebuilt. Territory gains be damned, they don't rebuild that. One of our greatest achievements, I say we don't have a deal." And with that, he sits down. Say, little bit of a delay where everyone's looking around. It's almost like they're playing chicken. I'm who's going to stand up?
Yeah. Oh, do we speak? What's going on here? Yeah.
About 20 seconds pass before the female gnome stands up, standing up directly on the bench. She looks to be about in her 60s. Blonde hair, you can see a few streaks of grey. Her hair's in like a side ponytail. To give a good comparison, think of like Weiss, but slightly more blonde with the hairstyle. And she speaks up. Lele Alofa, ambassador to the Johanian embassy in Gold Chisel.
What was her name again? Sorry.
Lele Alfoa.
Thank you.
All right.
Go ahead.
You say that we took from you. You haven't provided us any proof. You spouted sacred text. It might be worth for you to know that many of your folk that have either decided to join us or that we've captured and interrogated have never mentioned anything like us stealing anything. I think, honestly, that you are lying. And I say, screw their lies. The fact that they're willing to lie means that if we were to side with them, they'd probably stab us in the back. Personally, I think that we should say, screw their deal, and in fact, one step further, go to war with them. The king Merrick sort of like looks over to them and says, Ambassador Johanian embassy? Fuck you doing here? This is some matter that also concerns the Johanians. Besides, my allegiance is first and foremost to the Lordhammers, so I don't see the issue. Whatever you believe in us, kisser. She sits down. Another few awkward seconds before the female dwarf, rather stocky build, is the only one that's in full armor. The rest are wearing like these fancy tunics. She is in full scale mail armor. In fact, you can see like her helmet sort of next to her on the bench. Her red hair is cut like super short. And she just stands up. So, I know that we're meant to give our opinion here, but I just want to go on record to say, at this point, the Lily's like, you haven't said who you are! They know who I am. General Ild Slabblade, head of the Slabblade military. Look, I'm just here to find out whether or not I need to mobilize the troops or not. I've got no opinion of this, though, not gonna lie, I'd be looking for a fight because if your great Khan shows up, he'd be fighting me. And just sits down. There's a bit of grumbling from other sides here. You hear Lily just say, unbelievable. Finally, the female Goliath stands up. Looks to be at about her 40s. Rather like muscular built and such. She's got solid, just like jet black hair, done in sort of like almost like a dreadlock style. She sort of like stands up, which being Goliath means that she towers above everybody, and just like sort of bows low and says, "Terry of Olub, Speaker of the Firehammers. My apologies for them not attending. Unfortunately, this was at short notice, and given the situation down there, we were not able to spare anybody, so I have only gotten mentions. Overall, I would say that I would rather us all be left to be. Preferably everyone. The dwarves, the Johanians, everyone left be. That said, you seem to think that we would roll over and die should you decide to go for us. I think it would be important to know that Platinum Hold is the closest dwarven civilization that would have any purpose. And I can say this for a fact that you will not get past either of the passes. The creatures inside will harry your supply lines, the gates will bar you, and should you somehow get through that, our cannons will decimate you. And if you somehow get past all that, you will find not a soul in that city, as I already know for a fact that you would not be able to cover both passes. As I said, though, I would rather you simply leave us alone. Leave all of us alone. With that, she sat down. You see a few of us kind of like look towards you and Holvik. Holvik kind of looks up.
Can I turn over to Holmvik and ask him a question?
Sure.
Let's go. Do you think, brother, there's any point of our voices being hurled on this, or will we just get shouted down?
I mean, the times I've heard... Sorry, my throat's going a bit because of
It's
gravelly
right.
voice stuff. Especially that...
Snake voices. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. This is one of the things I hate about when you guys go to a dwarf area. It hurts my
Sorry,
throat a
to
lot.
be
It's
fair,
fine.
Yeah.
If you want, you can just do normal Tom voice, and I can insert
I
gravelly
will.
Scotsman. Don't worry.
I will do normal Tom voice for this, just while my throat recovers a bit.
Yeah, of course.
He's like well, I mean, they've listened to me. As I said, it doesn't hold weight, but it's not like they shout you down. Like, even a kid can make a good point in the right circumstances.
Okay. Okay. Trothanar takes a big breath, mutters something under his voice, and then stands up.
All right, the room falls silent.
Trothanar Glowhammer. Technically, head of Clan Glowhammer.
There's a bit of a murmur from like the front benches of Glowhammer. I thought he died. I heard of Trofnar. They did something good down there in Platinum Hold. Oh, yeah, that's what it told me as well. Yeah.
I've heard what the ambassador from the Gilgamesh have heard, and I've heard many, and I've appreciated your responses, and I believe that it would be a grave mistake to stab our friends in Jerahan in the back. Even if the representative from Gilgamesh is telling the truth about the possible relationship, the impact on not just the kings on that or any of the kingdoms involved, but on the Dwarven clans themselves and the nation of the dwarves themselves. If we were this opportunist and this brazen and acted with this little amount of honor and dignity, it would shame our people for centuries to come. And we have been living in relative peace and begrudged friendship with the Jerahanians for many years now. I don't see any reason to stop that. And coming from the house that I come from, I understand how difficult it is to reverse the past and to gain back honor, and I do not want that fate to befall an entire kingdom. Thank you very much. I just sit back down, very sheepishly.
All right. Make a persuasion check for me.
That was
Also,
pretty impassioned. Is that an advantage roll, Tick?
No, but the nature of the speech may affect the DC.
In case you're wondering, sort of this tripping over myself and the stuttering and stuff, that was also out of character and in character, because he is kind of shitting himself right
Yes, of course.
now. Okay, fuck. Let's go for persuasion. Okay, I'm scared.
Do it.
3, 2, 1, roll. Fuck!
Well, fuck.
Okay.
I couldn't come up with anything to help you with, so I'm sorry.
It's alright. The DC's 4, yay!
So the king sort of like leans back and sort of like thinks. Before he stands up, steps down what few steps are there to be like level floor-wise with the ambassadors. Right, I've made my decision.
Yeah.
You're right, Ambassador. There is anger in my eyes. There is anger in my soul. Right now, my entire being is full of rage. Because clearly your Khan is an idiot. The ambassador looks taken aback and there's a murmur.
I stifle a laugh.
You honestly think that those Johanians could have built Garazum by themselves? I don't... Oh, so you don't know about Garazum? Here's a different name for it. You ever heard of the Grasp? That big fortress you blew up? Yes? That was Garazun. One of 2 gifts to the Johanians. And I suppose you don't know what the second gift is. We call it the Joining Bridges. To signify peace between the Johanian Empire and the Dwarven Kingdoms. Ensuring peace, Ambassador. Were your ancestors so dense that they didn't notice the short-bearded men that toiled away, dealt with your strikes as Garazun was built up? Did you not care when you destroyed that fortress? That all those people there that seemed a little on the short side, you'd ever think that they might have not been part of the kingdom? I have no love for the Johanians after what they did to us. But you happily destroyed our gift and murdered hundreds of my people during the attack. I'm finding it, honestly, very hard right now not to order my men to cut you down where you stand. With that, you sort of like see the Minotaurs sort of size themselves up a bit and sort of like reach for their weapons. The ambassador like raises her non-snake arm.
I look over to the Goliath and sort of just give like a knowing glance of this shit could get messy.
You see them sort of like agree. Illid, you see, just has like a big smile on her face, and you can see like she's got
shit. I meant the head of the slab blade military. Sorry.
Yeah. You see, she's got a big. She nods, has a big smile. You see that she's got a hand like ready on her warhammer.
She's like, yeah, yes.
Give me war.
At which point the king sort of like exhales, says, "But I need a messenger to be alive, I suppose. So you go tell your Khan. By order of the High King, the dwarves refuse to get involved in your war, refuse your assistance. And should you try to wage war on us, it will go the same way as the Johanian war. Get out of my sight." He turns around and walks away. At this point, several of the Dwarven guards sort of like, not like violently, but rapidly like converge on the ambassador and their bodyguards. And sort of like begins to like shepherd them out. You hear the ambassador say, "This is unfortunate. You have made a great mistake, King of the Dwarves." And she's quickly ushered out. So like sits back. So like beckons to another dwarf. Mutters something to him. And the dwarf speaks. "We shall convene in a few weeks to decide what our position will be in the war beyond this. We shall now move to the second part of our meeting." And with that, the High King like just turns to look directly at you and Holvik. So lean back, arms crossed. "So, Trafna Glowhammer.
Aye. My king. I do like a respectful bow.
They told me that you were dead.
Aye. They did. They had the right to believe it. I've only come back to the land of the living a couple of months ago.
Hmm.
Ever since the mess with my family, which I'm sure all the good folk gathered here have already probably had at least figured out a lot of the messy details. I'll be honest, Your Grace. It brings me a great shame to say that I entered self-imposed exile out of fear and shame. Mostly atoning for my sins as part of that accursed order, and running from the shame of the deeds I had committed, and the shame and the ruin I brought upon my clan. But after many decades in the wilderness, I have decided it is time to come home and try to repair the name of both myself and Clan Glowhammer. This is not a demand or anything that I believe I truly deserve, but it would be an honour to be given what is technically mine by birthright, and the sad departure of my elder brother, Morris Glowhammer, the crown of the chieftain of Clan Glowhammer.
He sort of looks a bit to your side. And what of you, Holvik? Yeah. I mean, I would concede perfectly. We got the rules. That the eldest is always in charge. It's a bit weird, because normally when they're exiled, that's the exception. But coming back and, I've got no problem. The High King, raises his hand. I've heard enough. So, looks to the other attendants. Terif stands up first and foremost. Well, from what we've gotten, from what reports I've heard, there was a Trofnar, apparently, that did a great deed in Platinum Hold. I'm going to assume that was yourself.
Aye, it was. Had a personal audience with your king. With your king Gran Firehammer. What's the name again? What's the cat name again? Sorry. Fuck, this is not in character. Shut up.
Fine.
What's the name again?
I don't have those notes open right now, and I'd have to troll through.
I with your King Gran, then I'll say.
I would think you would
assisted. I assisted him in bringing trying to and providing evidence and testaments about the actions of the wardens within your city walls, and I was involved in the incident deep within one of your mine shafts concerning the hybrids, the Simic hybrids, a couple months ago.
So yes, I believe I had mentioned this in a previous meeting, but Trofnar and a few of his companions not only saved many of our soldiers that were sent down into the mine shafts, but he also uncovered a facility that we have traced back to the era of the Dark, including denizens still alive from that time.
Cannot take full credit for that. It was me and my compatriots as part of a band of don't know what we call it, adventurers. Mercenaries called as known as God's Headache. which I believe we have been getting some kind of a reputation these days.
The king sort of like mumbles something, and just like nods his head slightly. Yes, though I could not vouch entirely on his leadership abilities, I can definitely say that he has been attempting to make amends. And she sits down. Lele stands up. Look, to be honest with you, Trufnar, I don't mean any offense with this, but frankly, I don't see this making a damn bit of difference. There's only one more Glowhammer, and they're still in the shitter.
Ambassador, let's say the Empire falls. Let's say the Gilmesh march all the way to Jirahan. They've decimated your armies. It is just the local garrison of Jirahan left. Just your people take up whatever arms they can find. Do you think the head of your armies and your emperor and your king would just lie there and not go down without a fight? Would not try to at least keep some kind of honor and some kind of legacy, some to.
I'm not trying to argue against that. All I'm saying is this. The whole discussion of succeeding a clan seems arguably pointless when the only thing that happens is one more person shows up. Unless you've got 100 other members hiding there, Glowhammer's right now destined to fall as is. So I don't know why we are bothering with this discussion. Then with that, she sits down. Ildi sort of like stands up and says, "Right, so this is something I actually want to say about. 'Cause, hearing that this Trufnar fella here did some fighting, I like a man that can fight. Here's the thing. The rules are there for a reason. When the eldest does not take up the mantle, the next in line gets it. However, if you come back with a claim and they concede, then they get it. Here's the thing. I would rather that not happen, because I'd rather Holvik here not get let off scot-free with what he's done to the various families over the years. If what you did in Platinum Hold is true, which I'm not saying it isn't, but I would much rather it be in the name of Trufnar, at least until your brother cleans up the issue of Glowhammer." And she sits down. Mick then stands up. "Hey, rules are rules. If any of you have a drop of true Dwarven blood in you, so that's at least 4 of us, then you'd know that a dwarf can claim his inheritance of his family should the current leader concede. I don't see no reason." In fact, he sits down. The king sort of like leans forward a bit, like deep in thought. "Aye, a dwarf can simply claim his title should the current ruler concede. That said, I also agree with Ild. Holvik owes a lot of money. To my family, to some of the other great clans, to the smaller clans. Money that's in the Glowhammer name, not the Holvik name. And yet you're willing to let your brother get away with that."
Permission to speak, Your Grace?
I asked you a question, boy.
Oh, sorry. No, Your Grace, I would not let him get away scot-free. If he has committed any crimes and owes any money to any of the great houses assembled, any of the people assembled even, it will be up to my brother to repay those debts. I will not be letting him get away scot-free. After all, one of my many responsibilities, if you do so decide to make me, to crown me head of Clan Glowhammer, is giving fellow members of the clan a good bollocking when they step out of line, for lack of a better phrase. So no, my gobshite of a brother will not be getting away with it.
Interesting, considering, as mentioned, the depths are in the Glowhammer name, not Holvik. Though, Lele raised an interesting point. There's only one more Glowhammer now, and all the currently living ones are old. Your clan be lucky to last 30 years at this point. Frankly, I was simply gonna let your family die out, and then bring on a lower clan, rather than let it trundle along weaker than even lower clans. So, the fact remains that you've done the Flamehowers a service. You're good at fighting, lad, I can see that. Especially given the word of this god's headache.
Very kind, Your Grace, thank you.
Alright. I've made a decision then. Trafnar, Holvik. Glowhammer has 3 issues at the moment. Its finances are in ruin, its strength is weak, and its reputation destroyed. So, you two are gonna fix that. Holvik, you are gonna pay back all your debts and help Glowhammer prosper. Trafnar, you are gonna repair the reputation of your clan. With a bit of luck, people will start wanting to be members of the Glowhammer clan again. To do that, I'm going to go a bit away from tradition. Effective by my order, you're both leaders of Clan Glowhammer, but as the eldest Trofnar, your word has more meaning. However, there is a caveat to this. The next meet is in 15 years. If by that time, neither of you have made enough progress to satisfy me in any way, I shall motion for Clan Glowhammer to no longer be a great clan. And when that happens, Holvik, those debts you have will come back to haunt you. And Trofnar, unless you really convince me otherwise, you will be tried for your crime during your period as a warden, and potentially even executed.
I understand, Your Grace. Thank you very much for your kindness, and I will do everything in my power to bring the Clan Glowhammer name back into good stead. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I just very humbly sit down.
Very well. If there is nothing else to discuss, then we shall adjourn this meeting. Those that are willing to partake in the next meeting in a few weeks from now, the current discussion will be involving the war. I am not at all happy with what that ambassador said. And as Trafnar himself said, we've had peace with the Johanians, and I'm not convinced we will not have peace with the Gilnesh. That's all. And that he stands up and walks out of the throne room. Several others start to stand and leave. The representative of the clans just kind of stay sitting, just kind of murmuring to each other. And the meeting there is over, so yeah, you see some of the spectators able to join the some of the representatives on the floor now. So Val, if you can join Trofnar and Holvik. Or whoever.
I think I come up and I'm like, well, hello, Lord Glowhammer. What title would you prefer?
You know what? Trofna is fine, big man.
Very well.
To be honest, like, I mean, to be fair, if you want to call me my lord or sir or whatever, I mean, you heard the High King. If you want to be able to call me my lord, you can always join Clan Glowhammer.
I only ask. When I met Nemesis, I would call her princess, and she seemed to not like it, and so I ask you, what would you like to be called? I don't care. Trofnar is fine, though.
Honestly, mate, just we're friends. Like, there's no point to call me Lord or Sir. Just call me Trofnar, you big dumb idiot.
All right, Trofnar. Let's go then.
Alright. I go over to Holmbeck.
He looks white as a sheet.
So, little brother, co-chief. Looks like we got some work to do.
Aye, that we do.
Also, you could have fucking told me that, like, you owed money to the king as well.
I owe a lot of money, Trofnar. I owe a lot. And that's what scares me. I have no fucking clue how to pay that back.
Well, honestly, I honestly have no idea either, apart from, rob a bank or murder a dragon and cart away its hoard. Because by the sounds of it, you sound like it's like hundreds of thousands of gold. And the family name, you gobshite.
Sir.
What were you fucking thinking, taking out loans for the clan and not for your Weasley self?
Because if it were successful, then Glowhammer would be successful. And it's not that much, it's only 85 gold.
I'm sorry, what was that? I didn't hear you.
It's 85,000.
Sorry, could you repeat that again?
85,000 gold.
Oh.
Morian,
That's a large number.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, well,
Elvis stares off and contemplates such a large of a number.
No, but at least as far as I'm aware, it might have gone up, what with interest and everything. Look, don't worry. This is my problem. I'm gonna make it work, somehow.
Look, okay. As technically higher chief, and I give him a sort of wry smile, any plan that you come up with to try to unfuck your situation, you must run to your sister, and if she agrees, and only if she agrees, can you do it. Do you understand?
What if she doesn't want anything to do with it? Like this whole plan.
Well, then tough shit. You don't do the plan then.
No. I mean, Trust me, you don't understand. She pretty much has made herself clanless. She doesn't want anything to do with the Glowhammer name.
Well, only problem is the only stable source of income the family's got is that pub of hers.
And her husband's. We're not including
and Velda's workshop, aye.
Aye.
Oh, I know.
Oh.
To be fair, I think. Let's be honest. We've got a lot to make up for little Nelly. You know. I think she hates both of us by the sounds of it.
Hello again, Peach.
That's the first person we should probably endeavour to bring back into the fold.
Aye. Right.
The first thing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever actually said sorry to her for all the shite you've gone into?
I mean, aye, but you only say it so many times before it starts to lose its meaning.
Suppose, but...
You know, 100 years of saying sorry rather frequently kinda sort of means nothing. Right. So first things first is that we need to... you and I can both agree here. The Exiles Grace, that's not gonna solve our problems.
No, it's a trickle, and we need a fucking river of money coming in.
Which means that we need to start looking into other industry. Now,
I suppose.
Now, even though I got debts, I've still got some money to my name that I can put
You sure
into.
it's your money, Holmvik?
Fine, the Glowhammer family name.
Here we go.
So we just need to find an industry to get into and start from there.
I mean... can do that. Fuck.
Help me out here, brother.
We do have an option.
Aye?
It's not one I want to take. And frankly, I want the place burnt to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But he must have had ads or heralds calling about the sale of the Flameseeker Brewery over in Underook.
I heard of that one. I was debating on actually betting it on it myself, but, there goes Peach again.
I had the run-ins with the Flameseekers and the former owner. He's someone I need to have another meeting with, to be honest. We got unsolved business. But if you're looking to get in other businesses, ale is not a bad one to get into.
Aye, Flameseeker Ale is pretty exclusive as well. There was rumours of them expanding to Naza, but ain't heard anything about that.
I just go, yeah, you know how business goes, mate.
That's a good idea, though. He'll increase our debt a bit more, but I can probably guarantee we win the Flameseeker refinery.
Well, I've accrued a little bit of money for my own through my travels.
No. This is my debt. Even if it's in the Glowhammer name, it's my problem to solve.
You don't understand, mate. Like, if it's the Glowhammer debt, it's my debt as well. Why do you think I'm especially furious at you?
Aye.
And you've had what, 100 years to unfuck your situation? Looks like you need the help.
Look, I just need pointed in the right direction. If I can get the refinery, which I can do, as I said, it might just add a little bit more to our debts, depending on how the bidding goes, but the payoff will work. Besides, the money that you got there, it may be in the Glowhammer name, but I'm pretty sure it's also your friends, your companions, your god's headache.
Aye. I might be able to pull some strings with them. I mean,
I would say not. This is the Glowhammer problem.
I mean, I'm not in the best books with some of them, but I can see what I could do.
Look,
So much of this
Connor, come
conversation is
crawling
about
to
just
us
looking
for
between
money.
the two of them, just looking at one and then looking at the other as they
Oh
speak.
yeah.
Just
Is
like about
is
2.5
that-
feet tall
I mean,
over
he
everybody.
literally just like stood in between us, going, "Hey guys, what's going on?"
Actually, more than that. It'd be like 3 feet tall. Yeah.
he's like, look, let me try this. If it goes in the shitter again, then help me with your own coin.
All right, fine. I'm trusting you on this one, Holmberg.
Look, considering what the king told us, I kind of have to make this work now. For both of us.
Aye.
Wait.
You're right. Paige.
No, I was just thinking about it, and weren't they banned from the other city?
No.
No,
I think the
thought
last
that
we heard, we could come back. Couldn't we? Like, weren't
No.
we were
I'm
back,
talking
like,
about the
finals? What are you talking
Glowhammer family.
The Glowhammer family.
I thought that they were kicked out of the other one, not Platinum Hold.
No, it was the Glowhammers were kicked out of. They were kicked. They were removed from power, but they weren't explicitly told, "Fuck off! You're no longer allowed in the city."
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought
they
that
were
they
still-
weren't allowed in that city anymore. So I was confused
Yeah,
of like, how
yeah,
are they
it
going to
was
get
more a
get
case
the
of-
Flame Seeker Brewery if they can't go there?
It was more a case of we're taking away all your lands and titles, including what you have in Underoak, but you're not explicitly banned from Underoak.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was literally a case of, oh god, we have nothing to our name now in Underrock, but we do in Mithril so let's go there.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And the clan had a property, as you can see in the Fallen Grace in the Short Folks district. So that's kind of where they ended up because they were booted out of the Mithril Circle, whatever it was called, the fancy bit.
Okay. Continue.
Okay, good. Just clearing up some plot stuff. All right. I mean, I suppose it might get a bit of a. It might put the Forge Builders on edge if the Glowhammers are trying to get back into Underick.
I don't think you need to worry about that one. They... So long as we don't do what our father did with the mines, they shouldn't be able to put dirt on us, and so we should be okay. Besides, if anything, I could... Oh, that's not gonna work. I was gonna say we could send Nelly over there, but I don't think she'd want to move there.
I don't know. I don't think... Well, to be fair, I think if Nelly doesn't even want anything to do with the clan, she's not going to move back. She's probably not going to move back home and run our brewery for us, is she?
Aye, plus that would require her to sell her current pub.
And would have to uproot Veldis and all his business too.
Aye. It's fine. Could probably get a few people. I could get a few workers. Shit, I'll have to go down there myself then. Great. Didn't want to go back there. You okay there, Bees?
Oh
Come on,
shit!
son,
Sorry,
let's
I
get
didn't
Val a
realize that.
glass of water, for fuck's sake. Man's
Yeah,
dying.
sorry, I was coughing pretty bad. I didn't realize.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, I didn't
true,
realize
yeah.
it wasn't.
It's fine.
I mean, I should probably let you know that I did get into some. It wasn't a peaceful trip last time I went to Underick. Because I went home, a couple of months ago. I went through there.
A couple of weeks ago, but he was
A couple of weeks ago, sorry. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago. Thank you, voice in my head.
Nobody knows what time is anymore, okay?
Time is relative, dear child.
It is currently 7th April in
lovely.
Karmora. 17th April, even.
Wow, if only we had someone in the party with the keen mind feat.
China, right?
Then I would
Nori
be.
has the keen mind.
Then I would be ripping my hair out, just like how Matt is with Liam.
Yeah.
Ah.
I got Aye, so I've been back home, just so you know, and not much changed, but it doesn't look like, they're not spitting. No one's spat in my face on the street or anything. So,
Well, did you lose the Glowhammer name?
I don't. No, I don't think I did. I wasn't recognised, at least. Well,
Also-
not by
Also,
most
you say like you're implying that something bad happened there.
Just, you do know about the wardens and the shite we got up to, right? The
Of course, never heard the end of it from my father.
No, but you mean like the things they did. You do know that, right?
Aye.
So, turns out the bloke in charge, that used to be his brewery. It was his carver, his front for his actions, and thanks to me and my mates, fucking him over, something good and proper, that's why he had to sell.
Wonder if that's the reason why he's vanished.
Wait, so he's not even just sold it, he's completely vanished?
Aye, he vanished about a week ago. No sign of him. Just
in your mind, Trotner, is he going for Shakchala, whatever it's called?
Sun Shiraksha.
Sun Shiraksha?
And I think, and I think back to Valeth. Aye, gotta be. Swanning. And let's go, okay. Right, disappeared. No word about where he was going, or just vanished.
No, he, apparently it was a case of he put it up for sale, gave it to an intermediary, and left.
And fuck, right.
It was shortly after a robbery, but there was nothing reported stolen.
Well, see if I can figure something out then. Alright.
Right,
Anyway.
so I know where I'm going with this. What about you?
Well, I should be saying that the last few. Hold on, who's around us compared to me, Holmvik and Valeth?
A lot of like the spectators and such have left. In terms of like actual representation of the great clans, the three that are there are Ild and Terif.
Okay, let's go. Well, I'm sure as you heard from the... Thankfully there were some people from Platinum Hold there where I did some good work, so there's something good that a member of the clan's done, so that's... I should say that these past months I've been on something of a hunt, finding former members of my order and bringing them to some kind of justice, and well, I suppose finishing my quest, that quest of mine could, you know, kill...
Just cutting off just for a second. Volis, you just go in and think about something and then walk over to the dwarf lady who is the military leader.
Okay.
And then we'll get that conversation.
Okay, yes, let's go. Kill 2 barrows with 1 stone. By hunting down the remnants of the wardens who've come to ground, and by that, you know, make amends for my own actions and bring back some good word to the clan. You know, our clan was one of the founders of the order. It's only right that the clan in its dying days finally saw it come to an end.
See, the problem with that, Trofnar, is that most of the wardens are already gone.
Not all, friend. Not all.
Aye, I know, there's like 3 or 4 of them remaining, but 3 of them are just completely off the radar. Vesper was pardoned, and everyone else is either locked up or dead. Olaf Stonewall died. Jorn Stonewall's still rotting in the prison.
I need to see if I can figure out a word with him. You don't understand. Like, disappeared and dead are not the same thing, lad.
Aye.
Vesper is still around, and trust me, he is still trying to do the same fucked up mission that he was doing back in the day. He's just being way more clandestine about it. and his head of secrets is still active. And trust me, they are gone, aye, but not dead. Just trust me on this, brother. I expose Vesper for what he's done, we reverse his pardon and bring back the remnants of the leadership of the Wardens in Chains, and that will be a massive boon in our favour.
Aye, but in the interim...
First of all, we need to have more of a face in Dwarven Politics.
So I guess that means you want me to attend the meetings while you're out gallivanting around.
Aye, it's only fair. I'm out recruiting and saving the reputation. You're out raising money and being the face of the clan. How's that work?
Honestly, I don't think I got a choice in this.
You don't?
Right. Don't know why you're asking me then. Fine, I'll attend the meetings and all that.
Good.
But I assume, because I ain't a spellcaster here, that you want me to go by my best judgment if they want my opinion.
Of course.
Right, okay. So, in my opinion, I don't think we should get involved in the war. Is that something you agree with or don't agree with? That's what's in the next meeting in a few weeks.
Personally, I do not think we should be involved in the war.
Right.
Although, to be fair, Holmvik, you're chief as well. You have all the powers that I do. You're your own man. You can decide. You don't just have to go off my word as the big brother. You've got your own mind. We are the co-chiefs. It's not just me in charge and you, my lackey.
Aye. Guess...
What do you think? Do we think we should be fighting Jerahan's war for them, or what?
I don't think so, but I don't trust that ambassador as far as I can throw him.
What, which one? The Gilmash? The snake lady? No. I was thinking there was some bollocks, some fucking bullshit stinking I've heard to high heaven. Aye.
Suppose
What's a Brocon? Okay, apparently everyone's a Brocon. Got it. Yeah, go on.
At the same time, I don't, as you say, don't want to fight the Look, as it stands, we won't have much of sway here. They'll probably listen to Ild more than they'd listen to us, if she even says anything. I'll stay with. We don't get involved, but if they try to be aggressive with us,
aye,
then we step in.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
The only honourable war is a defensive one, mate. Don't forget that.
Aye. And if that happens, we'll be expected to buy mercenaries. We don't have any soldiers of our own, so we'd be limited to that.
Well, aye. To be fair, I don't think we can afford mercenaries.
It depends on the situation.
Well, I mean, the slab blades seem in good shape, I'm sure.
Aye, but they're not going to look on us kindly if we say, hey, let's go to war, and then don't bring any manpower in ourselves.
Aye. Also, if you did decide to go to war, I'm guessing you won't be leading the clan to battle.
Oh, gods, no. Do I look like a person that's done fighting?
No. To be honest, you don't. I think you could fight your way out of a paper bag, mate. Anyway, if we do decide to go to war and the king wants troops, I need you to write back to me as soon as you can. I'll come back here and see if I can arouse something of an army.
Aye, he sort of looks at his hands, which has got several jewelry. I might be able to raise some funds to get at least a handful of mercenaries. Nothing big.
Oh no, Holmvik, your precious finery. What will you do without it?
he doesn't respond. He just looks at you with a dead stare.
Right. Enough loitering in this hallway. We should probably get him back. And I turn around and look at Valeth talking to the.
Yeah.
Is it the Goliath you're talking to?
Maybe.
No, actually, the ill slab blade.
Ill
the
Slab
dwarf.
Blade, yeah. All right, so you kind of just approach. I assume you just...
Actually, oh no, actually, which one of them was sort of inferred they're from Platinum Hold?
Tereth, the Goliath.
Okay, so no, I guess I do go talk to the Goliath. Nice,
Okay.
double whammy. So yeah, I go walk up to her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so they kind of just like having a conversation. It appears they're talking about like what was going on down in Platinum Hold. As you just like stand and hover there, it's like, yes, can I help you?
Yes. I am Valith Thulave. And I reach my hand out to shake hers.
She slowly like grasps yours and gives it a light
I'm
shake.
a companion of Trothnar's.
Oh, you're
Lord
one of the
Glowhammer.
those gods' headache fellows.
Yes. I was
were you-
curious.
Were you there when they went down into the mountains?
No, it was just after. That was right, correct? It was just after they did the...
No, you were in the mines with
I
us.
was in the mines with us. Oh, it's
I
like,
remember
yes.
because.
Oh yeah, because
the
the Gorgon
West
and yeah, because when you fought the Gorgon, you guys like, oh god, that's TPK material.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I couldn't remember. It's been so long.
It's been like 2 years.
I don't remember when I was Neri and when I was Valith. I just don't know where the cutoff was. And so, yeah, it's like, okay, then. Yes. Yes, I was there.
Oh well, it's quite horrible to meet a member of the God's Headache. Can I help you in any way, Valith? Or
Well, I was just curious. I've been away from Platinum Hole for some time, and these Simic hybrids and the Gilgamesh hordes, or the Gilgamesh hordes. I was just curious. What is it like there? Have you been there recently?
I've only been getting reports. Given the distance and the situation with the war, traveling there has been difficult. It's doing well. It could be doing better, obviously. They have incorporated several of the Simics, those that actually wanted to stay. Don't mind the dogs at all. Just someone knocked at the door there. Beyond that, the Western Pass has been closed due to the Gilgamesh horde being sighted near there. Scouting parties, from the looks of things. The Eastern Pass is still open. I assume they don't want to... I suppose they can't get past Delcross. But beyond that, we still prepare for a potential conflict with the Gilgamesh horde as is.
Good. To what extent have the Simics, how were they doing? When we left them, it was a very uncertain situation, and from what we've heard, they've been accepted to an extent, but
To an extent.
I worry. I grew up. I don't know about you. I grew up as a slave, and I worry about these people we rescued, that they might end up in this same situation.
To be honest, a lot of Platinum Hold sort of fear them slightly. To the point where there has been no attempts to make them as slaves. Besides, it's a lot more difficult for them to... what is the word? A lot more difficult to subjugate them when you've got an extra pair of arms. You sort of stand out.
Yeah, Adam.
Oh.
Yep.
Nice. Well then,
Is there
thank you. I I just look at her. Is this a pretty Goliath? I know I wanted to get to this. We haven't got to it yet. So is she attractive?
Is she?
Yeah, she's like
In your opinion, DM,
even though she's like rather like muscly built and such, she still has like a lot of feminine features and such.
As a DM, would you say that she is what they refer to as dummy thick?
No,
Okay.
she is very muscular. She's like one of those bodybuilder ones that you see, like female bodybuilders that you see.
Well then, are you staying here in the city?
My place is here in the city, simply due to the fact that it would take many a month to travel between Platinum Hold and here, so best we have a voice here permanently than temporarily.
Of course. Don't mind me being forward, but would you like to grab a beer? It's this awkward. This is like the first time Volith has ever said that. He's very much just. Do you want to hang out?
Yeah. Would you find it enjoyable if we drank some food?
Make a persuasion check.
Sure. I'm not great.
man.
Super good at these. I'm okay.
Big
I
man,
rolled
big
bad.
man needs a wingman.
So-
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
it's sad.
Not immediately, but I will certainly think about it. Maybe another time.
I think we get whatever sort of blush that could come over on Volith's face, and then a very well. Have a good day. And then he leaves and goes and walks over to Trofnar.
Okay. Yeah, around that point, Trofnar and Holvik are finishing their conversation.
Right. And then if we head off, I'll be back. Sorry, I have to be RB.
Okay.
Aye.
Don't worry.
So we've got something resembling a plan, something resembling a way of digging our way out of this hole.
Aye, 15 years to do it in.
It's not long for our standards.
Aye. You sure you'll live that long?
Well, I get let me. I'm getting old, but I think I've got a decade and a half left. Maury and willing.
I guess we'll find out.
Trust me, mate. All it'll take is some charcoal through the beard, and I'll look 10 years younger, 20.
Just kind of like look. You just see him like look at your beard. It's like, I think you're gonna need more than that, lad.
How old is Holmvik, out of curiosity? He's a couple years younger than me, isn't he?
Yeah, he's your younger brother.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. So he'd be like in like his mid-40s, early mid-40s by like our standards.
Mid-40s, definitely.
Okay. You're not a newborn babe yourself, mate. Who knows? With the way you've been living, you could have, I don't know, some sort of like you could come down with a case of deadly gout or a heart attack or something.
Coal lung.
Or what do you say? Sorry.
Coal lung.
Coal. What's coal lung?
Wow, you forgot that's what Irma's dad died from.
Of whose dad?
Irma. You forgot her as well? Oh my god.
Oh, no. I know Irma. Jesus Christ, I know my surrogate daughter.
Plus the fact that Kolung in itself is so obvious, like you could figure out what it is just by context clues.
Aye. Coal lung. Actually, that reminds me. I might have a friend we could bring into the clan.
Aye, give me a name, I'll write to him.
Her name's Anima. Runs a tavern over in Platinum Hold called the Gravel Pit. She's a dear old friend of mine. She's a dear old friend of mine from back in the old days, but not that kind of friend, or that kind of friend. I held her fondly, and hopefully I'll be able to bring her into the family. At least nominally.
I mean, does she have anyone, like, husband, father, parents?
I don't think so. Her father passed away years ago from Black Lung. That's why I brought it up. And her father was a good friend of mine as well. I honestly, I've known her since she was a babe. She was a wee bairn. So I don't even know how to fucking phrase a letter of hey, join the
Okay, I'm
family.
back. Sorry,
Okay,
guys.
welcome back. All right,
Anyway,
I'll
that's
write to
the
her.
first person we can reach out to.
I'll write to her then.
Thanks, mate.
All right.
There's also another member of the clan who's gone to ground over in Grufffield, but if he's still around at least. But he's not. It's not the kind of gone to ground you can just send a letter to. He's going to be harder to get.
Do we even want to though if he's gone to ground?
He's a good man.
Aye.
He's a good man,
but
but
like you, he's also guilty of the crimes from this. If I had to hazard a guess.
aye, yes. Aye, he was one of a kinsman I served with. He seemed as repentant as me, but I suppose he hadn't escaped from the deep dark hole that I had somehow clawed myself out of.
We'll leave it be. If the Glowhammer name gets going and he decides to come back, then we'll discuss it.
And
Alright.
seems. Well, we should probably get back to get back to the Fallen Grace, back to Clan Glowhammer home base. Just see what my lot have been up to.
Aye.
Break the news to our little sis.
She ain't gonna be happy.
She's never happy.
Aye. Alright, so you all eventually reconvene back at House Glowhammer.
Chateau de Glowhammer, thank you. Right, is everyone there?
I would assume everyone's back, yes.
Okay, how was everyone else from their shopping trips?
It went great. Right,
I
Delson?
realized I was muted.
Yep, it went very great.
We confused the shopkeep. We did everything we needed to do.
Hope no one
Indeed.
gave you any trouble with the passes.
Nah.
Not really.
The guards kind of just, like, looked away from me. They didn't want anything to do with me.
Wait, who's that question to, Gratian?
Also, don't mind me, I've got food.
Sorry.
Oh, you know, just some basic essentials, some food, chicken stock, another diamond to use to revive people.
Oh, we
What
have
about you?
4.
What about you, Fortune? What did you get? Don't tell me it was another fucking piece of jewelry, was it? Hello?
I waggle my finger at
Hello?
It would help if I did not have myself muted. I bought the diamond worth 300 gold. He just said that.
Can I roll insight to see if she's lying?
Sure, make an insight check.
In Sigurd.
9. Seems to be telling the truth.
Fair enough, as long as you don't... As long as that's not an early birthday present for Nim and we actually, use it for the magic, that's fine.
I think you should mind your own business, Trothmar.
As do I.
Well, it's like, everybody, would you like to hear something funny?
Yes, of course. Tell us.
Technically, Trothnar is the most noble of us all now.
Alive.
What?
I was gonna...
I thought it was funny. I'm sorry.
I was
just
gonna
wanted
tell
to
them
share.
all. I was gonna tell them all when we were inside.
Aren't we inside now?
Well-
I thought
You
we
are
were
inside.
at your
Oh,
Yeah.
we are inside. I thought we hadn't even walked in. Sorry.
Yeah, we're like at a table or something.
Aye.
Valith, I think
Sorry.
that scares me more than it amuses me.
Yeah, same.
It more fills me with a boiling rage. It's good to
Yeah,
know that the cycle continues of being able to slaughter thousands of people and then just move on.
I'm sorry. I just thought it was funny.
Holvik speaks up with this. Now listen here, lass. It's not that simple.
Aye.
Oh, yes. The other Lord, Glowhammer.
Just Holvik will do.
Okay.
And how is it not that simple?
Because if we don't get our shit together, I'm gonna be in prison with dads and Trofnar's gonna be executed for killing hundreds of people.
Oh, so it's gonna go back to the status quo.
Aye.
Pretty much, aye.
Well, it was nice knowing you, Trofnar.
Me and the baby brother here have only got 15 years to get Clan Glowhammer in some kind of good state. Otherwise, he's in prison for the rest of my life, and I'm saying goodbye to my head.
Wait a minute, Gratian. You're what now?
When did this happen?
Crazy, just spouting bullshit.
I'm a noble on my mother's side. Peace out.
Do I trust that?
Inside check.
I'm ignoring Gratian because he's full of shit.
19. Gratian, are you full of shit?
Even if he believes it
Oh.
himself. It's
No,
full
he's
of-
not. He's telling the truth.
Oh, so he beats the the fortune fails to get the DC. You're not too
Jesus
sure.
Christ. For a mute, he's incredibly deceptive.
That's how he maintains it. He doesn't speak much.
That's true, actually. We can
Wow.
He's just like the pen or teller? I don't remember which one.
Teller.
He's
No,
the teller. He's a teller.
Teller is
for
the
sure.
silent one, yeah.
Well, I don't know about you, and I think that's unfortunate for you. I have less sympathy for Trofnar at this point.
Look, never see.
What could you possibly have to say?
Nothing, to be fair, nothing that you would believe, or I'd expect you to believe, to be honest, but... If I'm to become head of a great clan and reclaim some kind of honor and dignity in its dying days, I need to start mending and making amends for the mistakes of the past. So I will say equivocally, definitively, I am sorry for the things I have said and done about you. And I will make sure I would do everything in my power to make it up to you. And I am incredibly sorry for any injustice or unkindness I've ever done. And I promise now they will stop.
As much as remorseful as you, I suppose, pretend to be, the problem is that I don't believe you in the slightest, because you're going to repeat that behavior because you never learn your lesson.
Look, okay, I know I fall into the same old traps. I know I'm a stubborn old git who won't let go of the past and can't crawl his way out of a fucking cat flagon of ale. But I've just had, essentially, a bollocking from the High King himself to get all of my shite together or I'm dead. Okay?
Yeah, you had the same thing happen to you in Platinum Hold, didn't you? And what did you learn from it? Nothing.
Aye. I suppose But an old friend told me the only thing we can do to make amends for the past is try to be a better man in the future, and that is what I'm going to try to do. I don't expect you to believe me or even want to be around me or breathe the same air as me. Honestly, I deserve that. But I will try with my whole heart, as swear on all of creation, that I will try to change for the better, try to be more considerate, try to be fairer and less selfish, and more of a leader, more of a better man. And I'm going on, and I should just probably keep my mouth shut. Anyway, anybody want a drink?
At this point, Nelly speaks up. Really now, Trafnar, you're just gonna say that? You're gonna give words, not actions? I've got an idea. How many flagons of ale have you had today?
Today?
Aye.
I had one with breakfast, and I had one before I went to bed last night. So I guess 2.
We'll say
You
that
had
since
one
you've been
before we
awake,
went
you've had
into
one.
Well, before we went in, you had one, Troutback.
I had
Before we went
one.
into the temple. You had one before. Just, you said to loosen up.
Can't even remember.
So you've had 2. Okay. And you said you want a drink, do you?
I mean,
It's just a yes-no question, brother.
it doesn't sound like this is just a yes/no question. What do you want me to do?
No. Do you want a drink or not?
Aye, fine. I do want a drink, sis.
You see a sly smile sort of like creep over on her mouth. She like reaches down with a flagon. She takes your empty flagon and places new one down. And as you look down at liquid, you realize it's not ale. It's milk. And she just places the flagon over, sort of leans back against the bench, says, "Well, how about we get rid of the drunkard, Trafnar, then, first and foremost?"
Alright, fine.
Do you remember what Mama used to say to Papa every time he came in drunk?
Remind me.
Only special occasions should you be drinking yourself pissed. And what happened? Every time that he didn't do it, it was always goat's milk. Goat's milk and water, even on the special occasions.
Am I sure this is just goat's milk?
Be right back.
You would need to have a taste of it to
Oh
see.
god, okay, I'm scared. Let's go well... Suppose when you say it like that, it's a bit of a family tradition, so... here it goes, and I take a big sip of the
It's goat's milk.
Okay, cool. And I take a first dram, and then I just see it off. I wipe it off, away from mouth. There's a. Not bad.
That's
Doesn't have the burn, but not bad.
Aye. Maybe that'll realize what you should be instead of what you are. And maybe you'll convince this one here, sort of like nods her head to Nemesis, that you actually mean it.
Also, Tothnar, if you want to burn, I can provide that for you.
Honestly, I wouldn't not appreciate a fireball to the throat. I mean, ask me tomorrow and see how I feel. Fair enough. So.
Well, I could do a firebolt. I could do a chaos bolt. I have options.
Please don't damage
Worst.
my abode.
Both her and Nemesis have the same thought.
What?
I could pay for the damages.
To not do it like indoors, to not damage things.
I'd rather you just not do it at all. Or at least not here.
Look, he already agreed to, if I catch him drinking, he's going to get hit by firebolt. We have an agreement there.
That's a good agreement. Aye. You don't drink on a special occasion. If you're on a special occasion, drink all you want. Get pissed. But otherwise...
Well, he is a lord now.
I'm not counting this one.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Because he's
I mean,
still in the shitter as is.
Aye. To be honest, I'm, lord in name only, and that's only for 15 years until I get executed. So.
Hey, but if we manage it, then you'll officially become the Lord of the Glowhammers.
And what happens to you then, Hornbeck? Did you ever think about that?
I'm assuming that if I rebuild everything with, its businesses and everything, I'll have to still look after that. Don't worry, I accept that. Maybe if this all works out and I decide I don't want anything to do with it, I'll, take some of the money to start my own life and give the rest of it all to Clan Glowhammer. Maybe, we'll see. I got 15 years.
It's days like these that I suddenly remember the bag of platinum that I gave away.
Yeah, I know, right?
And she wouldn't give it to Trotner anyways.
No, she wouldn't. She'd probably
No.
beat Trotner to death with it.
Yeah.
I'd pay to see that.
Honestly,
God, that would be such a good idea to get money.
Honestly,
Just have like a big stack of rocks, and you
honestly,
pay a gold to get Trotnar with it.
I would love as like a one shot of like a battle royale between all the characters, and it's just using whatever items they have in their inventory that are not weapons.
Nice, yeah.
It wouldn't be as
Or
fun, but I could arrange Battle Royale at this point.
Like a staff or something. That'd be great.
Yeah, I mentioned it to Tom the other day, like, oh hey, remember this?
I know, right?
Yeah, I can arrange for a Battle Royale. I could do it next session or session after, or whenever you guys want to do it.
Yay!
Battle Royale's always fun.
So back to the thing at hand.
Yes, back to the point.
So, just to fill everyone in, and then it's like, wait, is Veldis there?
Yes.
Okay. I suppose, almost with us four members of Clan Glowhammer and associates of Clan Glowhammer, I should probably fill you in on what the clan has to do and what our first moves are.
That's if I agree with it, brother.
Of course. I just thought I'd let you know what we were going to try. I thought you'd just let you know, lay all the cards out on the table, and then you can make up your own mind. Now, you don't have to be here if you don't want to. I'm not forcing you to do that. Anyway, the plan is, Holmvik will stay here.
Of course he would.
To be fair, he's not good. He's not good out in the wild. He can, first group of bandits he come across on the road, he'd
Trotnar,
I
stop
know.
making excuses for other people
No,
and
no.
yourself,
He's right. He's right. I'm just rubbing it in his face.
and just get on with it.
Anyway, so the idea is that Holmvik will stay here, act as the public face of Clan Glowhammer, attend all of the official meetings of the Great Clans, as well as with your guidance and exclusively with your word for the go-ahead, Nelly, if you would be so kind, try to raise money to solve his debts. Now, the first idea we have had, and it's not one I want to do, and I'm sure it's not going to be a popular one here, but is that with whatever money we have remaining, we'll put in a bid for the Flameseeker refinery.
Right.
And we will start, and we will use that to try to bring in some income. And bring that back up as a brewery and try to produce a product that we could sell and do trade deals with, and also have an exclusive deal back here for the ale to hopefully drum up some business. But apart from that, there's nothing concrete. We haven't got much to play with apart from pulling favors, and I don't want. And we are enough debt as it is. We don't need to take out a debt to pay the debt. Now, my role as the other co-chief of the clan will be mending the clan's reputation, mainly through being a member of the God's Headache, and by bringing it into what remains of the Wardens, who I will let you know. Last I heard is that Vesper disappeared a week ago after selling the brewery and has not been heard of, and not had been heard since. Ever since a robbery, apparently nothing was stolen. He up and sold it and vanished into thin air. So that'd be fun to find. So hopefully, by bringing back the Wardens, it will hopefully amend the debt I owe to the King of Platinum Hold, and also bring a bit of a goods and bring a good word back to the clan. Another thing we need to do is also recruit and more people into the more people into the clan, which will be tricky, I understand. And in fact, there's only one person I can think of who'd probably be welcome, who would accept a welcome into the clan, and that is an old friend of mine named Arma, which I'm sure people here remember from our times back in Platinum Hold.
Aye, I think I might have seen her when she was a wee lady.
Aye, well, she owns she inherited a pub from her old man called the Gravel Pit, and aye, she's a good lass, and hopefully, and as far as I'm aware, she hasn't got any other family apart from her old man, so she'll be so I've already told Holmvik to write to her and extend an invitation into the family.
Aye, he holds up a piece of parchment. Already read out.
Aye, good. So, essentially, plan is, under your watchful eye, sister, if you'll be so kind, Holmvik will try to raise some money to pay off his debts and be the public face of Clan Glowhammer in Mithralhammer. Fuck, thank you. Thanks, thank you. Sorry, I've been talking too much in this.
Thank you, lovely voice in my head.
This milk is going right to my head. And meanwhile, I'll be out in the world trying to mend our reputation. Any questions?
Aye. I want to add a bit to that deal. The second you buy the Flameseeker refinery, that's it. I don't give you any more money. Any money that comes into here, I keep, and I decide on if I give it to you. If you bring some of that ale here and it increases business, that money's all mine unless I decide otherwise.
Deal.
But
I
I
said,
have something to say too.
deal, young brother. Alright, go ahead then.
I don't got anything.
So, you expect to just come with us and continue on these adventures, earning a name for yourself with our party, and you expect us to help you with your quest to find these people.
I don't expect anything from you.
That's not what I asked. I asked if you were going to still be with the party.
Aye, that was the plan.
All right. And you said that you're improving yourself?
Aye. Who's playing a harpsichord in the back of this pub? Pretty nice.
It's actually music from Final
Yeah,
Fantasy
I was
14.
actually listening to the music and like zoning out a little bit.
Yep,
Yeah,
Final
it's
Fantasy
nice.
14, it's just God.
It's
Yeah.
nice music, yeah.
14's got
Sorry,
like, fantastic music.
Okay. Go on. I will try to be the better man and the leader this clan needs. And first thing is that.
Day, Trothnar, you made a bet on me.
Aye, I did.
Do you think that I should trust you?
Honestly, no. I don't think you should.
Are you going to do that to other members of the party? Are you going to throw them in the mud for the sake of your pride?
No.
Because
My prize.
you know,
Essentially.
Trothnar, I don't look it, and I don't sound like it sometimes, but I care about these people. I frankly think I care about them more than you. And as much as they anger me, I don't want anything else happening to them, or me for that matter. I've risked my life several times to save your own, and that is because you are part of our group. If you endanger any of us again, you won't have to worry about the king executing you.
I think what she's trying to say, Trothnar, is don't put the clan ahead of your companions.
I understand the importance of family. I'm not talking about the clan. I'm talking about himself.
And that's what
Aye.
I'm meaning. If you're gonna be traveling with your friends, which are a bit bitchy in some areas, look like a nice group of people.
Shit, fuck! Sorry, carry on.
She's right, though. Yeah.
Honestly,
Now she's kind of
honestly,
nods
if
her
you-
head.
if you come crawling back and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, me friends died, but hey, I got us some great, publicity," I'm personally going to be tempted to go to the king myself and ask for your execution there and then.
Aye.
Even though she just insulted me, I like her.
Why, thank
fair.
you. It's in my nature.
To be fair,
I like her too.
I was planning to do this at a different opportunity, but as a show of goodwill, a show of...
female Trothnar spoken to in the city hates his guts.
I know, right? And as a show
Who
of goodwill, and me swallowing my pride and not putting party ahead of clan or clan ahead of party. As chief of the clan of Clan Glowhammer, I am willing to, if you deem it so, I am willing to accept anyone sat around this table as official members of the clan.
you do realize that came off as kind of
Egotistical.
egotistical, self-centered, narcissistic. There are many words for it.
Just trying to fill out your numbers, because it seems like you need that.
Here's a better idea for you. Brother. When you're in this establishment, you're leader of the Glowhammers. When you're with your friends, you're just Trofnar. I think that's what they're expecting from you on this.
Aye. That's fair. Aye.
Am I
Considering
right,
how much
Miss?
is on his high horse.
What? I don't think I ever got your name, Miss?
Nemesis.
Nemesis. I assume I'm right on that one, Nemesis.
Exactly. I've had enough of lords and ladies.
She just kind of like looks at you, Trofnar, expectingly.
Okay. Fine.
Trotnar would be an awful PR manager. Holy shit. The absolute worst.
God, who was that one? It'd be like Bethesda when they had the whole thing with the duffel bag.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
It's a prototype.
Fallout
planning
76 or whatever.
Yeah, for Fallout 76. Like, we're not planning on doing anything about it.
Yeah.
Or there's
Oh,
really
dear.
famous case, I think, in the 80s when a jewelry company, like the head of a jewelry company was on the news, like live on television news, and someone asked him basically like, you produce like the same you produce the same stuff as all your competitors, but there's so much that are like 20-30% cheaper. How can you make up the cost? And he said without even thinking, because it's crap. Without even thinking.
Yeah.
And the company just ended that night. So it's like that. Okay. Right. I agree with you, sister.
Alright, then let's add one last thing to it. She turns to the rest of you. Since I'm technically part of Clan Glowhammer, I have some say in things, and thus, I decree that me brothers can't push you around just because they're here in our establishment.
That sounds like a good deal to me.
I mean, we weren't going to, but all right.
Mother taught me well to make sure that none of that shit happens.
I suppose.
Now, I do think this is part of a special occasion now that we've got all these agreements. And she reaches over and pulls out several tankards of ale. Trofnar, yours does have ale in it.
Okay, good.
Well, I've made sure that I'm going to be safe if this goes to shit. The brothers finally might have a fire lit under their asses for the first time in years, so I'd say that's worth a drink. And she just chugs her tankard down.
I just take a few sheepish sips of my tankard.
Can I give my drink to Katie?
Sure.
I'm gonna give my drink to Valeth.
Oh my god. Chug.
I take it and I have these two tankards and I say, do you have wine?
Oh my god.
No, we don't have wine, Valeth.
I'll
right.
take one of those, Valeth.
So I'm guessing.
The girls
fine
just
with it.
don't
Okay.
drink.
So I'm guessing the Fallen Grace literally just has one drink ale, and that's basically one
Yes.
kind of ale.
They're not a very high-end establishment here.
No, I know. It's like it's almost like the pirate thing of what drink do you have? Grog. All right.
Oh yeah? You got anything else? Just grog.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very basically having basically being a bollocking from both
All sides.
from all sides, and actually too. Now I think of it, rather similarly named characters, Nelson and Nemesis.
Hey, you named her.
I did that, and that wasn't even intentional. I was just
You
like,
guys
this,
keep saying that, but every time you say it, I believe it a little bit less.
I know. I was just thinking, like, what's a dwarf woman's name? And that came up. So yeah, I'm rather sheepishly and looking a little bit sorry for myself, just sipping my jug of ale. Not a jug, sorry, my tankard.
Yep.
I'll take another one or I'll take one of the bonus ones Delith has to help him out with it.
Doing the drinking for him.
I'll help with it.
I think it's great.
Okay. So, at this point, it's about mid to late afternoon. So if there's anything that the rest of you want to do for the remainder of the day.
I'll just see if Fortune needs help with any of her other plans.
I will see if Nelson needs any help. Any help in the back or running the pub.
You can move the supplies around for me.
If Fortune does not, then I will play for the pub the song of my people.
Play the song of your people, my
I'll be
friend.
happy to.
Play the song of the people in an empty pub outside of you lot.
I go to whatever room.
Maybe
that I'm
if the
staying in.
performance is so good, it'll bring like a person passing by in.
Who knows?
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
play it right outside the
Was
pub. If I had drawn.
What was that, Feast?
I'm going to go to whatever room that I'm going to be staying in here in this pub. Or tavern.
Unfortunately, there's no...
Oh, they don't have
lodging.
rooms here.
No.
It's no
Okay,
room.
then I just go over to a corner then, and I will.
Nap.
No. To what? How far along am I on the super secret project that I'm making voodoo dolls of everyone? It's not voodoo dolls. It's just little rock.
It may as
figurines,
well
but-
be.
It's
You're
not
up-
weird.
But
guys.
everybody, as
It's not
soon as I
weird.
mentioned it, everybody's like, "That's voodoo dolls," and I'm like, "No, it's not. I'm
You're
just
up to
gifts."
you're up to refining, like putting in the fine details
Do
at
I-
this point.
Okay, so I have like
Voodoo
everybody's
figures.
created to some extent,
You got like
and
the
I
base
have
shape,
like a.
you got the base
Okay.
shape of them all. It's just at this point now you gotta just start applying the fine details and such to
I
it.
will. I'm gonna get. I'm gonna just like work on that in the corner. I'm just gonna go over and just start kind of like working on the fine details, and then at some point I will have to actually. I'm gonna get like paint, and I have to. The finishing touch will be paint. The next one will be just.
You're
painting
proficient
it,
in
and-
Stonecutters tools, aren't you?
So like the paint will be shitty. I might have to give it to someone to paint, but maybe the paint will be bad, but the carving will be good.
Yeah, but you're proficient with Stonecutters tools, aren't you?
I don't remember. I don't think I am actually. I just roll a dice, and I'm not at my computer right now. If you could make the roll for me, that'd be great.
Yep, sure. So I think I think that's just it's a D20 plus your Dex modifier at this point.
Yeah, it
because
was.
you're now-
No, I think did we say it was strength? Because part
that
of it
was
was that
strength
it was
for
like
just
rock.
that was strength for just
Oh
the
right, yeah.
basic
Now
stuff.
it's details. So
Yeah.
now it is dexterity.
Now
yeah,
it
okay.
is dexterity.
Okay.
Let's have a look. Okay, all right. So for the rest of the afternoon, you work on that. You make some okay progress. It's not amazing. You rolled a 10 total, by the way.
Okay. Yeah. So pretty average. Okay.
Yeah, it's fairly average. Like as for a person that's not skilled in stone craftsmanship, it's pretty decent for a novice.
Mhm.
What about everyone else?
Sorry.
Yeah, essentially, I will be spending the day doing whatever my sister tells me to do.
I'm gonna go sit by Fortune and possibly have another scaring talk. Not really, but I'm going to go and I'm gonna go and speak to her. I just said that to be a dick.
To be a me?
To be a dick.
You said to be a tick, and
I did.
yeah.
Oh my god.
To be me? I mean, I know I'm an asshole, but come on,
No,
guys.
no.
I heard Dick.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay. So I'm gonna go to Fortune and
Now I just imagine Nemesis fucking hiking up her skirt and like waddling over as she's saying that. And then you can be Fortune.
no.
Look at you.
So,
Yes, princess.
still with that nickname.
Of course.
How would you like it if I called you something strange? Like, I don't know, Katie Bear.
Oh, that'd be really sweet.
I didn't mean... That's besides the point. Nemesis just looks really embarrassed now. We will have to stay here for a few days extra. We should look for work in the meantime. I have... well, obviously, if you've noticed, my shield is missing. I'm currently upgrading it.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually pretty glad you brought up having to stay a few more days. I have something being made that I have to stay here for. It'll only take just a couple of days, like 1 or 2.
Nemesis looks her dead in the eyes. Is it jewelry?
Absolutely not.
Do I believe my wonderful, horrible girlfriend?
Make an insight check.
I apparently do. She is the rain and the sun.
I mean, 20. I don't think even with a natural 20 you could beat that.
Yeah,
You
no.
roll like 4.5 times the insight check. It's probably
Jesus Christ. 11 deception.
Rogues, man.
She's a thiefling. What do you expect?
It's also fortune. It's not just rogues. It's fortune.
Alright, as long as it's not more jewelry.
Did you not like the jewelry that I got you? You threw it away to the dragon.
That was only a couple of pieces. And besides, yes, I liked the jewelry. I just don't think it's necessary. Besides,
your
I
sets
keep
are
the most important pieces.
I guess. Just, it made me worry. I thought you didn't like me.
Well, if I recall, I was also upset at you at the time.
Someone's always upset with me for one reason or another. I'm used to that.
Yes, but it was a you almost got yourself killed kind of upset.
That's true. God, what I wouldn't give to go back to a hot bath like that again.
Right. Before I start fantasizing about baths, what do you think about this? I know we talked about leaving previously.
I think we should stick it out, even though I don't believe Trothnar any farther than I can throw him. And you've seen my needle arms, I cannot throw him very far.
So you
I
trust him
don't
a fair
think
bit.
that you could throw Delson very far.
I might be able to. He's skinny. He whines a lot. I could probably throw him quite far.
Are we going to have like a yeeting competition for who can eat the...
I think that you're better with your legs than you are with your arms.
Hey now.
God, I want to retaliate that so bad, but I can't. Because we're fucking PG! Well.
I agree with you about staying, at least until he screws up again. Along with the fact that I essentially admitted that I care about some of these people. Just
Now,
a bit.
I myself am curious. I know you care about me. And I know we kind of care about Valith. We already said that. Who else?
I care about just about everyone except for Raya, who is always hostile, and Drothnar, who can't be trusted. At least for now.
Fair enough. You know what we haven't done in a while?
What?
We haven't done our horseback training, have we?
No, but do you want to go all the way out of the city to do that?
Yes, I miss the sunlight. And I'm sure Knighton's just getting anxious sitting in the stables all day.
So you want to, I guess, zip out of here? Fucking Dempsey. Oh, she's an idiot.
We could, and while we're on our way out of the city, we could see if there's any odd jobs that need to be done. You know, monsters that need to be slayed, somebody went missing. Maybe
I
a local
suppose so.
gang we can punch, or stab, or slice, or bash with a hammer.
All right, let's go.
Woo!
Okay, so you're going to be
Jesus
spending
Christ.
time just with your horse stuff?
We'd like to do our mounted combatant stuff, and while, because obviously we'll have to take them out of the city to have that space, and then we have to go back in after.
Mhm.
Can we see if there's any jobs that, kill shit, find this, whatever?
Okay,
We want missions.
make an investigation check.
Okay.
Both of us, or just one of us?
Whichever you prefer.
You try,
I'm
Fortune.
gonna say both of us.
Yeah.
There we go.
And it was said in Whoville, they say Nemesis's hair was 3 shades blonder that day.
She is just blonde at this point. I hope you know that if Nemesis was a human, she would be blonde anyways.
Okay. 18. So, there's not a lot in terms of, killing missions. There's a handful of, recon or scouting missions.
Mm-hmm.
Any of the big ones that you hear are, deliveries or, escorting merchants to other towns and such. There's nothing particularly big at the moment.
Okay.
For the delivery
Um,
missions, are they things delivered between inside the city or between other towns and cities?
There's a mixture.
Okay.
We could probably do
yeah.
stuff inside the city. It'll give Fortune the chance to map everything down and make sure they can fast travel and get even faster at the jobs.
Well, yeah, because you have street secrets. I don't remember what it's called.
I don't remember what it's called either. I just call it fast travel.
You have, I was poor but not poor. I was
Yeah.
just a delinquent.
Eat through the streets.
She has gay mapping.
And, yeah, if we
Streets.
do, Okay, we could do some deliveries that are in the city because we can't leave for like at least 3 days, and then we can see if any of the other people want to join the delivery for other places. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think because you've got a good like 3 days of waiting. Why don't you guys we can either you can either summarize now on what it is that you want to do, or if you're struggling on it, we can call the session for today, and then for the next session, have your ducks in a row, basically. Whichever you prefer.
What you guys want to do?
I'd be down with calling it. I'm fine.
Okay.
I could go with either, to be honest.
I mean,
I'd be fine with either. But...
I had the idea of the next day trying to go about the streets of Mithrhammer and trying to start get the word out about a arm wrestling tournament at the.
Are we gonna do like a big we've had like small tier arm wrestling, and is this gonna be the what wrestling guys? What is it? What's the name?
It's the start of the world.
It's the WrestleMania of arm wrestling.
Hell yeah!
Or it's part of the world's, or it's the first annual arm wrestling championship.
Yeah. I was.
And so wait, Trothnar, if we're gonna do this, will you be throwing your winning position so that we can rake in the most amount of money we can get?
Yeah, we need to fix it. We do need to fix this competition.
No.
Okay.
Oh god,
round.
these are ideas.
Look, if we fix it and we win a lot of money, we can put it towards Trothnar's thing and kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yes, that's the idea, of course.
So
I don't know.
The only problem is that we need to get. It needs A, legitimacy, and B, to be entirely fake. How do we do that? How do we?
Well, you could always hire the mercenary dude, the bounty hunter, that guy who kicked Trothnar's ass.
Gash.
You can't see it, but I'm doing a lot of pumping.
Gash is definitely a contestant.
We can
I think
hear
that's
you
a good idea.
physically being that excited. Yes.
Gash can be our Hulk Hogan. Okay.
And it's I feel like it's simultaneously a raise money, but it's also a sponsored thing for the Glowhammers. So maybe there's ale. We can we'll make some money. We'll have an event.
I was going to call it. I was going to call it the first annual Morris Glowhammer Memorial Invitational.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We're planning this out right now, and Tom asked us if we wanted to just get 3 days or if we wanted to call it right now. But it seems like we have a lot of ideas.
I mean, with the idea, I'm just conscious because we've only got about half an hour in the session, and I'm just here
We
can just bullshit if we want. I think. And
guys, we can have someone take on Fortune's Tale in the arm wrestling competition.
Yeah, I think with all the ideas that you guys are thinking of on there, I think we'll go with calling it good. But before we call it good, so as you begin discussing what to do during your few days, thanks to the work of Delson, the pub gets some clientele in for the more than it has in a long while.
Yay!
Traveling minstrel.
And that's where we're going to call it for this session. Okay, so here's a question I need to ask. Would you guys rather next session then be a battle royale, or would you rather it be a normal session?
I would probably say maybe the battle royale. That way it gives us extra time to figure out our plans for the next upcoming sessions.
Correct.
And obviously whatever the hell it is that you're going to do in the future, because I know you guys are a little bit what are we doing?
I mean, apparently, Anna has some plans that I was not expecting.
Yes, the Anna has some plans that have been moved forward because somebody decided to speed run this bitch.
I mean the fact that you guys just said I don't know, maybe go to the Kingdom of Dra, maybe? I don't know. I'll give you an idea to be actually.
Dragonland.
Do you know what are called dragons? Let's go there.